All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready. At their own 25-yard line.
Hands up. Lead.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hands up.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
We got 3.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I'd never return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
52's the mark.
That's caught out wide by Stills. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Running from the gun, Johnson. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Don't let him run that.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Cincinnati.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 39-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side. Bernard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more.
Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine, because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
On second down now, it's Johnson. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
56.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. Flush to his right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got this down to the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Mike 48. Mike 48.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. It's complete to Hopkins. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Bang, 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 bang. Hey, quarter. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Shoot. Right.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of a yard brings up second down at the 43-yard line.
Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby.
On second down, it's Johnson. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Third and long here for Rosen. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Let's make these babies cry right now.
Here's Dalton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the Bengals first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Bernard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit, and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. Double time, double time. Hey, 4 down.
Now Rosen on 1st down. And he'll find Akins there, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen, and Stills bringing it in. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. He goes to you, it's you. He comes to me, it's me.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
4 down, even. 552.
2nd and 5 now. Rosen eluding the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He completes it to Bull. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly executed. And he loses the football a second time. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Play action here with Rosen. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Rosen escaping the pressure right. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now a carry for Bernard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Watch tight, tight is right. Watch tight, tight is right. 3 down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Dalton, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Operating from the gun. Dalton under pressure again, and down he goes again. Whitney merciless, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Complete, it's Johnson. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
152, 152. Oh, here we go. Oh.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. It's complete, Stills. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They come out here in the I. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. To Johnson again. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rosen hands off to Johnson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, it's Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On first down, Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
48.
Now Rosen. He finds Hopkins complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Rosen now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
48, come on.
Here's Rosen to throw. And Stills over the middle. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen, wide open receiver, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll run on first down. Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. And now it's Rosen looking. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will make our score 9-0. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw here, Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
93, 52, 93, 44.
They'll run it here with Bernard. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. So Dalton now. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Here's Anderson. He's got it on the draw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Houston, it's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Dalton here from the gun. His throw caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Bullock's kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary 1st step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion.
Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, what's the ball?
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Here's Rosen. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Pretty quiet.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
All right, here we go. What do you got?
From the gun, it's Rosen. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 24 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Mike 52. Mike 52.
I don't even know why this team. Hey, Delta. Mike 52. Mike 52. No chance.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there, got him some extra yardage.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, orbit. Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full streak. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey.
Again, it's Rosen. On the left side, this is Stills. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Who do you want? Who do you want? Who do you want?
On 1st down, it's Johnson. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Watch the out. Check the backer. Check the backer.
Trying to pound it in with Washington. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Washington. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front.
Let's go. Take 4. Take 4.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense now nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now it's Rosen. This is caught.
We got this.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Kill.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
At their 1-yard line.
They go to Johnson again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. This Bengal defense, they passed the first two tests. Now it's third and goal.
X3, 218, chopper. 80. Alert.
Rosen will throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here we go.
Their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. 1st and 10 for Dalton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? Seem to be pretty effective in this one. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Here's Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. 4th down. Dalton wants to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Houston, they move back over 500 at 7-6, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.